Hey, I'm Melanie Johnson along with my co-host Jen Foster. We are both 13-time best-selling authors. We've published over 2,500 books and made all of our authors #1 bestsellers. We own Elite Online Publishing. If you want to become a best-selling author, look us up at eliteonlinepublishing.com. Now, welcome to the podcast that shares secrets from top industry experts that show you how to get lasting success and results. This is the Elite Expert Insider Podcast. Hi, it's Melanie Johnson. How is everyone doing today? Listen, I got Jen Foster in the house. Hey, Jen.
Hey, everyone. How's it going?
All right, we have a super podcast today. I have an incredible mom. She is a serial millionaire entrepreneur. She has been shattering barriers. She has been growing a global tech company, all while making the world a better place, making a world a better place for children and for mothers, not just in the United States, but worldwide. We just really want to share her story with you. So she's the best-selling author of Circle Up. Of course, we published her book and made her #1 best-selling author. So we're super proud of her. So join today, Karmel Larson. Karmel, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just have to add, I could not have become a best-selling author without you. So thank you. Thank you for helping me to accomplish that goal. And I'm just so happy to be here and chat with you today.
Great. Well, tell us a little bit how you got into this and how you started developing the app and what gave you that big idea.
Well, a few years ago, I learned about the global childcare crisis. And as I did, the thought, the inspiration, the idea of Mommy came to my mind. And then that we could help solve the global childcare crisis by linking mothers together through technology. Because the problem with the global childcare crisis, I would learn, was a supply issue. Well, moms are on like every street corner, right? Already set up for childcare. And so as the idea came to me, I thought, well, it felt like a life call the way it came. And I couldn't not do it. So I said to my husband, I think we're supposed to launch the Airbnb of childcare. And to his credit, he didn't just, he said, okay. And so together, we just started looking for mentors. And I think the first few people we talked to just thought we were totally crazy. Like, you're gonna what? Really? You're even gonna say that out loud? We just kept getting mentoring and we started getting educated. I mean, we'd been entrepreneurs for several decades, but this is a new kind of entrepreneurship for us. And so mentors have helped to lead us, and now it's working. It's working.
Well, it says a lot for mentors. #1, I think everybody needs a mentor or a coach. Sometimes you just get stuck in your own head. You can only do so much. So everyone out there, get a mentor, get a coach. Jen and I are always, connecting with people for that. But explain to everybody exactly what this is, because not everyone knows what the app is or what Mommy is. And you're talking about Airbnb for childcare, but break that down. What does that mean and how does it work?
Well, first of all, it's really fun because you get to meet other moms and your kids get to play with other kids. It's really simple, just as easily as you can pull up an app and with a few taps, get a ride somewhere. With the Mommy app, you can similarly pull it up and put in a location. You can scroll through a list of moms, filter by background checks or how many kids they have. You can filter for a ton of different things. Choose who you'd like to ask to watch your kids. Then you send them a request. We call it a booking. We've got hosts and guests. We also have, you have to do 5 verifications. We have a lot of trust and safety to verify identity. And then if they accept, the payment goes through the app and you drop your kids off at their house. We call it care sharing. A lot of people are familiar with ride sharing, room sharing. Omni is the new app for care sharing. And then ratings, reviews, references. So it's a sharing economy of care.
And I love that it kind of creates this community because you can actually get to know your neighbors, get to know people around you in your town, get to know who other moms have the same age kids as you, and that kind of thing.
I would be scared though. Are people scared? Like my head is like, I'm scared. I don't really know who these people are. And it's my child. It's not like, even my dog, but you know what I mean? It's scary. How do you get over the fear of taking your child to someone that you haven't met and you've just met on an app?
Well, most people, Do you think it's scary to hire a new babysitter or a new daycare or to use somebody for the first time? Most people are meeting the person ahead of time. You know, they're messaging through the app and saying, "Hey, can we do a meetup? Can I meet you first?" And they're also asking their friends, like, "Who do you use?" Well, if you use Jessica, then I'll use her as well. And a lot of people rely heavily on the reviews. Like we have a lot of momnies who are frequently booked because they're so popular and they become sort of a super host. And that's one of the beautiful things about a sharing economy. People actually trust sharing economies more than they trust big business, government entities, large organizations, because we
Mhm.
trust the opinions of our peers.
Mhm. Yeah. And so how does it work if is there a limit like how many kids one person can watch or how does that all work?
Well, we encourage everyone and watch to see that people are using the app within the bounds of their local laws. So that's
Mhm.
guided by what the government says, which is different in every state and every nation.
Mhm.
And so you have to be familiar with how many children you can watch before being licensed or else get licensed. You can be a Mommy host on the app licensed or not licensed, but it's more the government that dictates volume of
Mhm.
children, not
Mhm.
there's
Yeah.
no law.
So you could just be using the app to do care share with one or two children or one or two times a couple hours a week, or you could be making your own daycare. It's kind of, you get to choose how you want to use it.
Well, that's the great thing about it is it's so flexible, so family friendly. I was just talking to a Mommy host the other day that said she loves it because she wants that little side income, but she doesn't want to run a full daycare because she doesn't want to be tied down. Her husband's a school teacher, so
Uh-huh.
she wants all the holidays off. She wants
Mhm.
summers off, and so she loves to just bring in a few kids here and there, and she can change her schedule at any time. So it's
Yeah,
super flexible.
that's great.
So, what advice would you give to entrepreneur moms or just entrepreneurs? So, I mean, we know that you're a serial entrepreneur. Sounds like your husband is too. So, starting a business can be daunting. What were some of the things that you can say, "Hey, look out for this. This is some of the hurdles, and these are things you should do."
I think the most important thing, first and foremost, is to understand your why. Because business is hard. Entrepreneurship is ridiculously hard. And you will have to have so much grit and so much self control and discipline and work ethic. And you'll have to overcome all these obstacles. And the only way to do that is if your why is more powerful than the pain that you're suffering to make something happen. And so your why has to be solid. So if that's there, then I think you have to really focus on your mind, your attitude, and removing limiting beliefs. And you have to do a lot of brain work. My favorite book that I read almost annually is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen.
Mhm.
And I do a lot of daily mental work to keep myself in a strong place. Because
Mhm.
if you're an entrepreneur, you got to make it happen for yourself. You can't blame anyone else. You have to have total control over your environment, your thinking, your outcomes. There's no one else to blame. Another great
Mhm.
book I love, I'm reading right now actually, is Extreme Ownership, about
Mhm.
owning everything. Like you just got to make it happen. And
Yeah.
so having a strong why and really doing all the work to have amazing mental power.
I love that. And I think it's important just to, I mean, you've talked about so many great points. Have a mentor, read books, right? Make sure you're open and learning all the time. I think that's excellent.
We
So
live in
it's,
an exciting modern era. Like the
yeah.
world is totally open to us with the internet and Google and mentors and all the education and resources. There's really no excuse for why you can't make anything happen that has a strong why behind it. You got to
Mhm.
work for it though. You got to make it happen.
Mhm.
I spoke
Right.
at a women's shelter, and I asked the women, they have you can come up with excuses for yourself, right? That why hurdles of why I can't do something. So the first thing when I walked in there, I said, "Who has a phone?" And every single woman in there owns a phone. So I said, all right, if you own a phone, you have the world at your feet. You can learn any skill you want on YouTube and through Google. You can learn anything you need to get that job that you need. So, like, no excuses. That wipes the excuses out. So, you're so right. We're living in a world that you don't have to have those excuses. We're living in an amazing time where you can learn anything, do anything, and keep your mind as sharp as you want. Like if you say, well, I can't afford a book. Well, most books are even still available on YouTube. If you can find audiobooks available free on YouTube too.
Or
Just
through libraries. Yeah. And
libraries are
libraries.
free. Yeah, there's all kinds of resources for
Mhm.
that.
I'd love for you to make an introduction for me to that women's shelter, because a part of the vision of Momney is the Momney Foundation, and we're placing grants in the form of childcare to homeless shelters, centers for women and children in crisis. We're trying to find single mom organizations because we have a huge amount of care credits to place. We have an hour for hour vision. So for every hour of care provided by a Momney host, the Momney Foundation will fund or gift an hour of care to a mother in need. And so right now we've got all these credits because it's the first of the year. So we're doing our matching grants right now for all of the hours that were, all of the Momney host hours that were done in 2019. In January, we're trying to place all of those to mothers or parents in need. So
Right.
I'd love an introduction when we're done chatting.
That's great.
It's Mission of Yahweh, so I'll let everyone know if they want to support the Mission of Yahweh. It's here in Houston, so that's great.
Houston is our second largest market. So that's so
Perfect.
Perfect.
an angel. Yeah, Utah County and Houston are two markets. So what are the chances?
There you go. I love it.
Well, I have some other ones I'll connect you with at the end of the show. So they're
That's exciting.
Well, I really love that the Momney app is worldwide. Like you're helping, so you're getting childcare and care sharing, not just in the United States, but in all the different countries. And then for the hour for hour, you can actually feel really good by when you're paying for childcare, you can know that you're helping someone else who needs it.
Absolutely. That's our goal, is to get to the developing nations as quickly as possible. We have a tiny glitch right now with payment systems. It's a hurdle we have to overcome, and then we'll hopefully be exploding into developing nations. Right now, while we're waiting on that, we're placing all of the care credits our first year domestically. And next year, we hope that all of our matching hour for hour, that we're able to move those to international markets.
Yeah.
So let's shift into, we talked about being an entrepreneur and starting your business and the challenge. You had the strategy, which we are very supportive of for all of our authors, of using a book and creating a book to help promote your business and set you up as the expert in this new field of yours of having an app to have childcare. So why did you decide to write a book and know that was a great strategy for you?
It was the next thing to do. It was one of those things in my mind that wouldn't go away. And when you've got something that's on your brain and it won't go away and it's incessant day and night, you just got to get it done. So I knew it was, I couldn't proceed with anything else until I got that book out there. But behind that, just sort of intuition and inspiration that said, this is next, get it done, which I try hard to always obey. I also had the, I think, intelligence and understanding behind that, understanding that a book is powerful. A book is powerful. And I also, Momney is one of those things where it's really hard in like a 30-second elevator pitch to share the Momney story and the movement. And our real differentiator with Momney is that we are linking mothers together, not just for like another fun babysitting app. I mean, the market is flooded with those. We're bringing mothers together to help solve a global crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And that can't be told quickly. That's a story.
Right.
That's a story. The story and the struggle. And so it really needed to be a book.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we're so glad that you wrote the book too. and I don't know if anyone knows all this. People that don't know Karmel, she has, is it 7 children?
I have 8.
8 children.
Biological and 1 fabulous adopted.
8 children, and she still wrote a book. So if you think you can't write a book, believe me, you can. She has 8 children and she still got it done.
Limiting beliefs, like you can do it. Tell yourself you can do it if it's important enough. If the why behind it is important enough, you can get it done. If you have strong helpers like the two of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to use that now for 2020. The people have excuses. Well, I've been trying to write about. We're like, all right, we have a woman who has 8 children, and she got the book done. So where's your excuse, right? I think that's true with anything.
Well, one message I keep hearing over and over is just the community and getting help from other people, right? The care sharing and getting help from other people. Know that you don't have to do it all on your own, that you can have a mentor, have help, learn from other people who have written books and teaching you how to get things done and how to get through things.
Yeah, we promote that a lot with the Momney Foundation especially. And we encourage mothers to gather together in Momney circles to not only help care for each other's children. It's not a trade that goes through the Momney app, but we encourage them to gather in these circles to help mentor each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much power when women gather together to
Mhm.
help support each other, mentor each other, and to share resources and knowledge and best books. And I have my own Momney Circle, and it's one of my greatest sources of power. And I want that for more women, that they have that strength of a strong circle of women with them.
I love that. Well, thanks for coming on today, Karmel. You are just amazing. The woman who is a best-selling author with 8 children. Hello.
That's
And
awesome.
changing the world.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
well,
having me on. It's so fun to talk with both of you.
yeah, well, tell us where we can go to find you or where people can go to get more information about the book and about the Momney app.
Great. Go to momneyfoundation.org and there's a link there to get the app, or you can get it in the App Store. And Circle Up, you can get on Amazon or find it on that website as well.
Great.
Terrific. Well, we just love you, Karmel. So make sure you get her book. Please buy her book today if you haven't had it, and share the app with anyone, whether you need it or somebody else needs it, because it's going to make the world a better place. So make sure you subscribe to our podcast. And also, we make people best-selling authors. We have it in our beginning and we say it again at the end, but I always stick it in one more time. So, and we'd love to hear from you. If you have questions for Karmel or comments about the interview, please leave them below. We would love to hear from you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Are you looking to increase your revenue, build credibility, and elevate your brand? This podcast is brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, an innovative publishing and full spectrum marketing company. They will publish and market your book to make it a #1 bestseller. Becoming an author is the best way to market your business. So contact them at eliteonlinepublishing.com today. All of their authors become #1 bestsellers.